Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome if you are new. Today we have the first of its kind. We have our very first, drumroll please, speed build. For this speed build, I use the Fixer Upper lot in Nordhaven and the new Businesses and Hobbies pack. And I knew from the jump what I wanted to do is I wanted to make a learning center / school. So that's what I decided to do. But first, I just kind of wanted to yap a little bit about what's been going on before we get into the build. Because right now I'm just kind of getting rid of all the trash and honestly, if I'm being honest with you, figuring out what it is I want to do, because you will see in this entire video, I am extremely indecisive and I went back and forth multiple times. Not even exaggerating on that. So anyways, I wanted to let you guys know, or tell you guys, sorry, that we hit over 117 followers on YouTube, which, what the heck? That's crazy. That 117 of you, excuse me, like my content that much, you subscribed and have been engaging and liking it. And I've been just so appreciative. Also over on TikTok, we are 317 strong over there too as well. So we're like well over 400 like as a community, which is crazy. That's crazy. So I just really want to say thank you so much for all the engagement, all the comments, all the likes, just everything, truthfully. Just thank you so much, because it means the world to me that I get to share my stuff and you guys like it and whatever have you. I also do want to apologize that I have not posted in forever. I am a college student and I also work full time, so it's kind of hard to get content out that not only is good content, because I'm kind of a perfectionist, low key, but also just have the time to sit down and record and edit and stuff like that. So I do want to apologize in advance for it taking so long. Right here, by the way, I don't know what I was doing. I was putting a glass roof and I don't know why I was doing that. I don't know why. I get rid of it, I promise. See, boom. So what I was going for was kind of like not like a community center, kind of learning center kind of thing, but it kind of looks like a high school the way it's kind of built. I kind of kept the cinder block theme all throughout the walls, and what I did instead is I just put a lot of art and stuff like that throughout the entire building. That might be kind of boring, I'm really sorry, but I will take any feedback of how I could have made this better, because truthfully, I am not a builder. Am I working on it? Yes. Is that going to be a slow process? Also, yes. So in this build, what I did is I made a couple classes. So when you come here, you can learn the following. You can learn how to write. You can learn how to program. You could technically learn how to game if you wanted to take this build and kind of move it around a little bit if you wanted to. You could learn how to do art. You could do pottery. You could also learn how to garden and stuff like that. I have something outside the back that I will show at the end of the speed build, because I do know that with all this speeding around, it's really hard to figure out what it is I'm doing and stuff like that. So right here, this is the writing class and the programming class, and this is what I was talking about. If you wanted to do like a gaming class, you could so do that. I left plenty of computers around. Well, actually no, I just put computers on every desk. And I also, what I thought was kind of cute that I did is I put a little teacher's desk. I don't really know how much you need that, but I just thought it was a really cute touch to put. I don't know. I was channeling my high school English room, if I'm being honest with you, when I was making this build. So I put a little teacher's desk. That, and in my mind, this is somebody's job. Like, they come to work as a teacher here. So I thought it'd be kind of fitting to put some stuff around that kind of shows the teacher, because in my head, what I use this for is like an active career kind of thing. I know it's not meant that this is a small business, although let's be real, this is not a small business. This is like a full-on operation. But my storytelling I want to have with this build is basically the community. This is like, how do I put this? It's all community ran. So basically everything from the artwork, all the students have made, and it's been put up on the walls. And all downstairs, it's going to be like a little cafe area. I'm imagining in my head that also like people that attend the cooking classes also run that too as well. I think in my save file, I have it where the owner actually runs that little portion of it. But you can, I don't know, you can easily have an employee that, runs that, or I think you can also just hire somebody to staff that too as well. One thing I will say that I kind of was unsure about with this build, and maybe you can kind of tell was just kind of what I was going for. I went back and forth. I wanted stuff to look because I know that a lot of people are going to be looking at this, and I really want it to look good because honestly, I'm not the best decorator or builder, so I really hope that I did justice to this build at all. My goals, honestly, for this build, since I'm doing a speed build, I really wanted to kind of show something on YouTube, but also I wanted to make like some kind of content for TikTok. So if you'd rather watch short form content, you could. Before I forget, I'm so sorry. The last class that I also added to was like a gemology class. So you can come here and learn how to make rings and jewelry and gems. I forgot to mention that because you know why? That little room off the side went through so many changes. And I do mean that. I think it was going to be like a kids place. Like they could learn like kids skills. And then I also was going to do like a kids like theater room. Something like that, the little theater box, I don't know. And I was like, no, it's not going to work. And then I also tried doing like cooking, and that didn't work. I was going to make this a robotics class. I was like, this is too much is happening in this little classroom. And I also thought to do an art one too, but instead I just moved them upstairs. Because in my head, right, if you're working in an art class, you're going to want your art to dry. And I'm no artist, but I feel like if you have some sunlight, it may help your art dry. I don't know. I'm just really telling you the vision. Also, something else that I thought about doing that might have been a missed opportunity is I was going to also turn this into like a little daycare. Basically, if you have any Sims that are single parents or just parents in general, you could just bring them here and have them kind of stay at the daycare. But when I tried that for the first time, because I also made another school, it did not work out the way I wanted it to. I wish I could do is like kind of designate age groups where they could go. Maybe this is me being a little control freak, but like think about it, right? If you have like a daycare section of your school, you'd probably want to have all the kids go there and not be scattered about in other adult classrooms, because when I tested this in another little build I did, that is not good at all. If you want to see it, I'll show you the inside, not the outside, because it looks like a big old rectangle. But they just were kind of scattered about. All the adults were in the room and stuff like that. And I guess in my head, I want it to be just more than just like one class. You know what I mean? I want to have multiple places, and also just somewhere where you can like actually go to class with your Sims instead of it just being a rabbit hole. That's one thing that I miss in The Sims 3. When it comes to universities, because in The Sims 3, I believe there's like a little lecture portion that you can actually take, that you can actually go with your Sims, and you can tell them to take notes and like pay attention to lecture and stuff like that. And I missed that portion so much, and I really wish they'd bring that back in The Sims 4, but I think we're a little too late for that. Anyways, I cut this part out of the speed build, but on that little portion next to the writing class, I was channeling kind of like a community college-esque energy, and I want to have like a study nook for like all the, students that be coming here or whatever that be coming here. If you just didn't want to do your homework at home, you could always like do like a study group or something there. Like let's say you had a study club, you could easily come bring it here and just do it here. Although I did hear that you cannot have dates at small businesses, so I don't know if you can have club hangouts at small businesses. Let me know down below, because I haven't tested this at all. But anyways, something else I wanted to point out is I did so much adjusting to the build itself. What I mean is, at first I left the shell as it was, and for the most part I left it kind of as it was, kind of, but anytime I made any adjustments, it just looked weird. Even the art room, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not feeling too grand about it. While I do love how it's decorated at the end of the video, which I will show, I hate that it was so like L-shaped and weird and stuff like that, and I do worry that a lot of the functionality of like running a class with like the pottery and painting may not work out the way you wanted to. But if you wanted to, just as an idea, you could swap out the easels, which, I mean, it's realistic. You can swap out the easels and kind of push the pottery things, front and center, so you can have host like a pottery class. Because something that I wanted to do in the learning centers is I wanted to have like, maybe you have certain days where like the teachers would come in class. Like, for example, you may not have just an artist, a painting teacher. You may have like a pottery teacher or whatever have you. Also, real quick, I wanted to touch on the paintings in Sims 4. I had no idea that there were so many paintings. Half of these I hadn't even seen before, and they're probably masterpieces, and I just never get that far with my Sims. But I thought they were like, not CC, but like I don't know, like, you know what I mean? Like how people make like CC like paintings and stuff like that. That's not really in the game. I actually don't know how people do that, but it's really cool. Also, I want to double back what I said earlier. This is what I meant by how I wanted to have like the students like have their paintings up, like kind of scattered about the entire school, because once again, this is a community owned school. And I really wanted to I wanted to have like a community feel to it. Something else that I included in this build is that downstairs, I also have a little study area too, as well, so you can pick and choose of where you want to have your study group. But you can easily kind of take away or push away the tables and maybe host like a little club meeting. Or you could also, in the cafe area, I have where you can also have like cafe food and also a little store area, sorry. And my thought process is, if you're someone who works at the school or you just come to the school, how many times am I going to say school? Oh my gosh. But yeah, no, if you come to the school, wherever have you want to sell your art, you can post it up there, and you could, make some money. Although ideally it's not how that works, but how it works is that, the owner would take your paintings and sell them and have the income from themselves. But I like to play pretend because this is my virtual dollhouse. Anyways, we're moving on to the cooking class, and you guys will have to let me know if I did this right, because I tested this a little bit, but I really, really want to have stoves and stuff like that. But I find that a lot of the lectures, Sims will just like either stand around or just need to sit down somewhere to listen to your Sim talk about, their, the lecture and stuff like that. But I kind of wanted to really look like a classroom. That's kind of the vibes I was going for a lot of these classes. I wanted to look like a classroom. So I put like 2 stoves in the back, and I also put some stand mixers, because you can also host like a baking class one day. You can change it out in the panel. You can host like a baking class, because my Sims, they learn how to cook like no other, but my Sims do not know how to bake half the time. So I thought this would be helpful for my Sims, so they don't have to spend so much time botching and spending all their money trying to figure out how to bake. They can just come to class and learn how to bake, and it's faster. And ideally, you could also maybe have elders live here or whatever have you, and they could have some mastery perks. Or something else that was kind of cool, since they added that family recipes thing, your Sims could also teach the family recipes to other Sims. I think that'd be really fun too as well. So like, it's kind of like they get their recipe out into the world. Something else I thought would be kind of cool is that maybe you're trying to tell a story where your Sim is trying to start out their dreams of owning a restaurant. This would be a good place to start that, because you could tell stories saying, hey, my Sim went to class, like cooking class every single day from their 9-to-5 job. And in the back, I have like in the back area with all the grass, the backyard, if you will, I have like that little booth from Home Chef Hustle. You could come here, bring your food, bring your stuff, and cook and get your name out there and get some fame from that too as well. And you can take that money and that fame and put it into your very own restaurant. And I think that'd be kind of cool if that kind of goes full circle as well. So that was kind of my idea. And same thing with the artist class, the art class. If you wanted to tell a story that you're an artist that goes to classes every day, and at some point maybe your sim, instead of just goes to those classes, they maybe run those classes. That's something I'm doing for my own little personal let's play that I don't record, is that, I have like my little rinky dink class or school that I was talking about earlier, and she currently attends the tattooing classes, but in hopes when she kind of surpasses the teacher, she will be running that class and also teaching it to other people. I don't know. Isn't that so cool? That's one of the few things I love about this pack. Regardless, a few things I don't like about this pack is that they gave us the tools to have a hotel, right? They gave us the tools for it, but it doesn't really work the way that I thought it was going to. I'm not sure what made me feel like we would have like a hotel, because I know it's technically supposed to be a small business, but even the bed and breakfasts, I feel like aren't really giving bed and breakfast, because I'd want to assign my Sims like, their own rooms and stuff like that, instead of just them just sleeping in a random bed or whatever have you that's, for public spaces. Also, by the way, I have not seen those signs before since in a long time. So when I was building this little school, I was like, wow, those little posters look like little recipes and like little knowledge posters. They put those there, and they also kind of give that menu-esque energy. Also here, and by the way, like I mentioned before, I was all over the place with this build. Whenever I build, I don't just like start one room and then move on to the next one. No. I am all over the place, and for that I'm really sorry. So that's why the speed build might sound a little all over the place, because I'm yapping about stuff that I like about the pack, but also I want to make sure I'm actually talking about the build, because this is a speed build, not a yap build. But anyways, out of all the classes, I really liked that. I liked the art class the most, because I think I put the most detail in it, because, well, one, I really like the artist kit the most. I just love how dirty it looks, because it looks used, you know what I mean? It's not all clean and stuff like that. It's like, it looks like someone's hosted a class in there. Another thing I wanted to maybe ask the sim builders, or just people builders in general. Also, that's the daycare that I was going to put, and I immediately got rid of it because it just was too small. Is if there's any tips that you want to give me on building and stuff like that. I know for a fact that I have a problem with putting windows literally on every single wall, nook and cranny. Those of you that have seen my TikTok where I was talking about my townhouses, which I built like a month ago and have not finished because it's taking me so much time to do. I was crashing out over how the layout wasn't the way I wanted it to be, but I promise I have been working on it, and I will try to have that one maybe put out at some point next month, because I have so many ideas and let's plays I want to do. Which, speaking of which, I'm sorry, once again, all over the place. Would you guys be interested? I know that Sims 3 is, one of the older games, but I'm really thinking about making a Sims 3 let's play, because I've been having a lot of fun with the Sims 3 pack. Sims 3 games, and also Sims 2. I've made little save files that I could use for YouTube/TikTok. By the way, if you don't follow me on TikTok, you probably should do that, because I am extremely active over there, and I also post all of my TikToks as shorts over here, but sometimes YouTube doesn't like when I post some TikToks, because the sounds are not whatever, they get restricted and stuff like that, so you may be able to see them. So if you want to see more of me and more talking and stuff like that, more short form content, I definitely do a lot more posting over there. My name is just Plousims over there as well. And while I do not actively stream very often, I will be trying to stream the new Enzoy game on release. I literally took PTO for that game. I'm not exaggerating. I am so excited. I've been watching so much early access, and I just personally, this may be kind of controversial, I don't like the build like demos they've given us or the creator tools they've given us. I don't like that aspect of games. I like gameplay. I want to make my own little Enzoy family. I want to drive a car. I want to go to work with my Zoys and stuff like that. That's what I want to do. So I'm just kind of sat here just stalking everyone's Enzoy content. But I'm glad that they gave people the opportunity to do that, like play the game, just get their hands on it too as well, so you can kind of get a feel of how Enzoy works, which, by the way, I know we're playing Sims, and this is a Sims people, but can we just talk about Enzoy for a second? I am excited for Enzoy to come out. When they mentioned cars, I was hooked. I was absolutely positively hooked on the idea of us, to drive cars and get into accidents. I also saw you can get into go to prison for certain stuff in Enzoy, and I think it's kind of cool. I know a lot of people compare it to being like Second Life and Sims and GTA. If they had a baby, that's what it would be. Which I can kind of see that being like the similarities in that, how people would say that, because I kind of agree with that too as well. But I'm really excited. A few things I really hope they bring in the future is maybe just more child interaction. Like, I really, really want to go. I talked about this in a little short / TikTok. I want to take my Zoe babies and my Zoe children to the grocery store and shop with them, put them in a basket or, a little shopping cart, and just push it, in every aisle. Or I want to be able to drop them off to their grandmother or at their grandparents' house, or maybe like my co-parent situation, like their other parents' house. I would love to do that. That's like kind of my dream. And I talked about that a lot. And I think it'd be kind of cool if we were to do that, because I can tell that Enzoy is kind of going for more realism with their game. And I love that. I love that so much. I don't use a whole bunch of mods in my videos, just because in case maybe somebody might ask me about, what is this from? What is that from? If I'm being honest, I usually don't know half the time. Hence why I try to limit myself a whole bunch. But if you guys are interested in any of the CC I do use and mods that I do use, I can maybe make a little short video about that, because I love watching people talk about their mods and stuff like that. So going back to the build, because I have totally just went off the rails of it. This is the little cafe area that I made. At first, I was going to have like a little jam session with like a piano and a little microphone, but I was like, I don't know. The idea of like having someone play the piano badly while I'm just trying to drink my coffee and eat my little pastries, I don't know. I've been doing a little, what I would consider like a short, legacy challenge. Basically, you guys know my Munch family. I had like, Gunther Munch and his family. They married my founder, and, my founder and Gunther's eldest son, he went to university, and oh my God, I don't know how I managed to figure about this, but the Sims, they play those instruments every chance they get, and it is annoying. And the thing is, like, and it's not even that they're good. They're terrible at it. It'll be like 5 a.m. and my Sim is trying to sleep, and it's just it's just bad. It's just really, really bad. But it's fine. It's fun. I like that about the Sims and stuff like that. But so after that, I was just like, you know what? It's fine. We don't need that content. We don't need to hear that. If you want to do that, maybe I can make a separate school or something, like a music school, like a dedicated music school, because we do actually have a couple of instruments we could use and stuff like that. But yeah, so I just traded them all out for just tables, because once again, I know seating is very important in The Sims, because a lot of Sims will come and take up all the seats and just stay there. So I want to make sure there's enough places where your Sim can actually do homework and eat and stuff like that. Also, real quick, can I just talk about those little fairy lights I have above the menu? Those are so cute. I love those so much. I actually have some of those in my bedroom, which I thought was so funny when I saw those come out and the new in the teaser like pictures and whatever have you. I was like, oh wow, I have those same set of fairy lights in my bedroom. So yeah. Anyways, right now we're kind of just honestly kind of doing final touches in the actual building. I cut out quite a lot of the landscaping because truthfully, it took me forever to do the landscaping. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It took me forever. This entire build took me over 3 hours, if not more, to do. It was actually insane. So I cut a lot of stuff, and I will definitely show you guys. Like, it was just mostly just the bathroom and kind of that study area on top. I cut that out and stuff like that because, you know, I don't know. It's not really important. You don't need to see me spend like 10 minutes on a bathroom and go through all the swatches because, as you can see here, I was going through over 1 million different swatches because I never knew what I wanted to do. Also, I don't build very often, so I don't really know what's all in the game. Truthfully, if I'm being honest with you, I don't really know what all I have. And so whenever I build, I'm like, oh, this is cool. Oh, this is also cool. And I'm also trying to not use as much CC because I'm not gonna lie to you, my biggest annoyance is whenever I love that they've been updating the game and they've been doing bug fixes, although I would love if they would fix the rain indoors, the snow indoors bug because it's actually driving me crazy. Like anytime I have to do little day in the life videos now, I just turn it off. And that's sad because sometimes I want to do like maybe like a rainy day, you know, day in the life, but I don't want it to break the immersion because it's raining indoors. It's not raining indoors. It's just a bug. So I really hope they fix that because honestly, I don't like it. So anyways, I forgot what I was talking about. By the way, this is my first speed build, if I didn't mention that, so I know I'm yapping about everything and anything at the same time. I'm just yapping. I'm just here for it. Hi. Sorry. Okay, so anyways, we're kind of just doing, like I mentioned before, doing the finishing touches right now. I'm working on the little admin table. Like when you come in, you can come check in. Not really. You can't really check in. You just come to the little kiosk thing. You just tap your phone and you just walk in, which... maybe this is kind of gimmicky, but in my save file, I made it to where your sim pays by the hour because, you know, I'm horrible. So if you're here all day and you bring your kids too as well, your sims are paying a pretty penny. But look, this build is huge and it's expensive, and my sims who run this building, it's basically two couples, two best friend couples, and they have 2 kids. They're trying to pay their bills. Something else I forgot to mention out here is I also put like a little chess area down a little leveling area. I'm not really sure what you'd call that little divot. I put a little bit of chess tables, and also I found this statue that I thought was really cool. Maybe in my head, maybe it's like the first person to do hobbies or the first person to run a business, or maybe that's the founder of this little small business. Small business. But yeah, no. We're basically kind of finishing up the build now. I will be popping into the game, and I want to give you guys a proper tour. And I will, I promise, I will try my best to figure out a good way to also make a short on it, because I know that a lot of my watchers are short people that like people that watch shorts a lot, including myself. And also I will make something on TikTok too as well. So if you are here from TikTok, first of all, hi, hello. Thank you for coming over here. But I also just want to make sure that everyone gets an equal chance to see my build, because I'm really proud of it. And it took me forever. Something else I could not figure out, and I'm really sorry in advance. Really sorry. If you come here at night, it's dark. It's dark. I just didn't really think about the light placement anywhere. Really, I did not. I put some lights, but like maybe just leave after it gets dark, because you're not going to be able to take any pictures or whatever have you. You're not going to see anything. It's going to be pitch black. So I just wanted to put that disclaimer out there. I did try. I also did get rid of the outside bathrooms, because I have bathroom stalls indoors and also one upstairs. So I wanted to put like a little play place right there instead. So that's what I did. So I got rid of the outside bathrooms. Practical? Maybe not. But I mean, like, if you have kids, you can bring them here and they can learn how to play marbles, and they can do hopscotch, and they can come here to swing. And while you're doing your art class, they can also be doing some art. So I think that's really cool. So anyways, let's pop into the speed build. A speed build. Oh my god. Oh my god, guys. Let's go ahead and pop into game, and I will give you guys a proper tour of this place and kind of show you guys around while I'm not speeding around, because honestly, I'm watching this while I'm talking to you guys, and it's just, yeah. Yeah. Before we do this, I just want to pop in real quick and say thank you so much for watching. Just, I know I haven't like showed you guys a tour yet, but just still, thank you guys for watching. Also, don't be afraid to like and comment and let me know how you think I did, because I am really proud of this. But yeah, let's go ahead, get into the game, and let me show you around. All right, let's get into it. This is the build. I love it so much. It honestly, I think I did a good job on it. At least I hope so. I hope that you guys like it. Before I put it on the gallery, did I like misput anything? No? Okay. I will also, of course, put this on the gallery. I haven't changed the name, but I will, and you guys will see it there. So yeah, let me kind of give you guys a little bit of a tour. So over here, this is the front of the lot, the landscaping. I think I did a decent job on the landscaping. It's not my finest work. I am not the best, but I put like a little statue over here. I just really like that little statue. And also, if you look over here, there's a little pond over here. And also, I just want to show you guys off a distance. You see that building over there? That is the school I made. Not too much on it. Please don't. That was my test school. It looks very similar to this one and how I designed it. So anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. So coming into the building, this is where you would check in over here. I have a little, maybe like, you know, job signs you can have over here. I put a little fire hydrant thing, or no, fire extinguisher. Oh my gosh. Here's a little signage over here. This is where your Sims would come to check in. So they'd walk in over here. Let's give you that full realness, right? You'd walk in over here. Here is those tables. You can come here, do a study session or whatever have you. I put some by the bathroom because I feel like the times there are a lot of little tables by the bathroom. Here is the bathrooms. I think they're okay. This is clipping. Oh wow. We're gonna pretend like that's not happening, okay? Just don't look too close at that. So yeah, this is the bathroom. I used a lot of Spa Day, I believe this is what this is from. Yeah, a lot of Spa Day in here. I think these go really well together. So these are the new bathroom things. I did use these ginormous lights. Why? I do not know. I'm really sorry about it. So over here, I have a little like careers table. Let's say, you know, maybe you have like a career day. You can bring your Sims here, and I don't think anyone's gonna host it, but I just think it's kind of cute to have it. Since the learning center, there's little job fairs that you could pretend that you host and stuff like that. Over here is the gemology room. I really like it a whole bunch. It's really cute, really simple. As I mentioned, I did that cinder block thing kind of for all the rooms and stuff like that. Not really creative, but you know, I thought it was good for now. Over here, this is my little pavilion I have. I have a little jewel charge thingy, so if you do finish your little crystal creations and stuff like that, you could come charge it while maybe your kids play or you're doing another class. So coming through this way, here is that can I cover that up for you? Here is that shop area. You can like put your like Sims paintings and stuff like that up. I also have a couple displays. You can put their pottery up here too as well. I have some magazines that, you know, maybe while you're eating your little croissant or cinnamon or cookie, you could like pick up a little book and read while you do that. I don't think it's functional, but you know, anyways. This is a little bar that I made. Also, whoever runs this little area, they can also make candy and they can put in the little display case. I think that's really cool. So that's this little is the first floor. It's a pond that I think I did a decent job on. I don't know. Here is let me get some better lighting. Here's the outside area. This is the little gardening class over here. In my mind, the students that attend this gardening class and the teacher as well, they did all the landscaping over here. I have a little chicken over here. So yeah, I have a little bit of gardening plots over here. So if you are here, you could definitely put some plants and it'll make the whole place look more lively with all the plants and stuff. Real quick, just want to show you. It's kind of dark here, and I'm really sorry about that. Anyways, here's that statue of the random guy I was telling you about. Really cool, right? This little fountain that actually was already here, and I just kind of kept it. Here is this little, what's this called? Little, oh, food stall, or food stand. You can kind of have your Sims come here, and they can sell pizzas and waffles and stuff, or wherever they cook, and kind of get their foot in the door with their business, or you know what I mean. And over here is a little kids area. They can come over here and do some painting. They can play marbles. They can do some hopscotch. They can do some swings, and also they can have a little fun underneath the tree in the shade. But don't wake the llama. I think that was a kind of cute touch that I add. So going upstairs, we have our little study nook that I was telling you guys about. I think I did a decent job on. Let me know down below. But look how cute. I love these little pictures. They're really cute. I really, really do. I even have a little reading sign over here as well. And then here is the writing, programming, and possibly gaming class. I think this is really cool. Like this view, come on. Like, I just think it's really cool. I think it's really cool and really fun. And then if you keep going down this way, down this long hallway, here are some more pictures and stuff like that I put on the wall. I have never seen these two before. That is really interesting to me. I've never seen these two before. I don't know really what's going on here. Anyways, here is that final look at the art room, or the art class slash pottery class. Over here, I love the artist kit. Clearly, I had used everything from that pack in this room, but I really like it. I loved how this room came out turned out the most. And then over here, I just put like a little bit, well, an extremely long bathroom. I don't know why it's so long, but it's it's gonna be what it's gonna be. And then here is that cooking class that I was telling you guys about, cooking slash baking. If you wanted to bake here, you totally could. Here is that room too as well, with a fire extinguisher, because Sims be starting fires, and we don't want anyone dropping on the job. So this is the final look of the building. I think I really love this school very much, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave me a like, comment, and subscribe if you like the content. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.